90 seconds of smooth jazz coming at you from Bays Boys Podcast.
Bays Boys!
Boys.
We're back.
Joe Skelly in the house.
No smooth jazz today, Tyler.
Haven't.
We are doing that. Not on this
can't-
show.
Yeah.
Not on this show. This isn't elevator
I've never,
days.
I can't believe that there was channels dedicated to that radio shit back in the day.
Oh, yeah. For
Smooth
like
jazz,
doctors,
the wave.
doctors' offices and dentist offices and elevators.
Ew, is that who was listening to that?
That's what, yeah, dude. Every time you go in a
I'm
doctor's office, it'd be playing that shit. Well, actually, people would listen to that too.
Ooh.
All that Kenny G shit.
Oh. I don't listen to any of that.
Yeah, no.
I will
no.
pass on that grass.
I will pass on
as
that.
the young people say.
Is that what the kids be saying
what the
today?
kids are saying these days? I don't know.
Yeah, you young whippersnappers.
Yeah. What do you got for me, Joe Skelly? Drop it.
You ready?
Drop it like it's hot.
I learned a new term this week.
I'm scared.
Yeah, it's an old term.
On fleek? Are you on fleek?
It's an old term for venereal disease.
Oh.
It's
hit it.
coal dust on the fiddle.
Cold?
Coal. As in
coal dust.
Coal dust on the fiddle.
Wow. Coal dust on
I've
the
been
fiddle.
laughing about that for about a week now.
I like that one.
Yeah.
How did you not pick that up in West Virginia while we were there?
I don't know.
Yeah. Coal dust on the fiddle.
Oh, don't go mess with that one. They got some coal dust on the fiddle.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. English lessons from the greats. Coal dust on the fiddle.
Oh, coal dust on the fiddle.
Just walk up to your man and be like, "How did you get so much coal dust on that fiddle?" I'm gonna ask the Mega Beast that later. We get some coal dust on this fiddle. Time to retire. Time to retire it.
Yeah, time to retire the old fiddle.
Oh my.
Oh my.
Yeah, I'm gonna get beat again.
You are gonna get beat again. So, did you know that if a month starts on a Sunday, there'll be a Friday the 13th in that month?
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Wait. Okay. So this makes sense because 13 days, no matter what, is 13 days.
Right.
So if the day of the month of the first is a Sunday,
that month.
That's how you know, huh?
That's how you know there'll be a Friday.
I've always
13th.
wondered. That's a good one.
That is a good one.
That is a good one.
Do you know why Friday the 13th is such a bad day?
Because Mike Myers tried to kill and hump his sister?
No, that was Jason
Oh,
Voorhees.
Yeah, you're right.
No, so
I don't do horror. All right, let's go.
Friday the 13th was the day that the French king tried to round up all the Knight Templars.
Did it work?
No, there were like 70,000 of them. They only caught 1,800.
Oh.
And the rest of them disappeared in 24 hours flat.
What?
Including their fleet of 80 ships. Disappeared in 24 hours.
How?
They dipped.
Why?
Because they heard that it was coming down. They rounded up 1,800 of them, and the rest of them left.
Why were they rounding them up?
The French king and the Pope accused them of devil worship and pagan idolatry and all kinds of other weird shit.
All of the Templars.
Yeah.
So that's what happened to those boys, huh?
Yep. But the reason they
wondered.
the real reason they rounded them up is because the French king owed them millions and millions and millions of dollars.
Right.
Right.
For
And so
protection.
right. And so did the Pope.
See, all right. See, and now we're back to government square one.
Right. So the question is, what happened to all the Templars? Like the 60,000 Templars that just disappeared overnight, including their 80 ships, right? Some of them, it is believed, went over the Alps and into what is now modern-day Switzerland. And that's why the Swiss...
That's why they won't fight.
No, this is why the Swiss have had the best banking system in the world.
Really?
It's because the Templars were the first real bank. Like let's say you went on the crusade, right?
Okay.
And you're in England.
Okay.
You could take all your money, put it in the Knight Templar Bank in England,
Okay.
and go to the Middle East and take all your money out of the bank there.
Wow.
That's crazy.
The first real banking system.
First real banking system. And so they became a super powerful bank. And the French king owed them shit tons of money, and so did the papacy. And they're like, we got to get rid of these fuckers. We owe them too much money, and they're too powerful.
Really?
Yeah. So they accused them of pagan idolatry and all kinds of Satanism and all kinds of other weird shit, and tried to round them all up. So anyway, a whole bunch of them went into Switzerland, right?
Okay.
And we know this because at some point in time, somebody tried to invade Switzerland,
Okay.
and they said out of nowhere, all these guys on horseback in armor were wearing white tunics with red crosses on their tunics.
Oh boy.
Showed up out of nowhere and destroyed the invaders, and then just disappeared back into the mountains and in the mist. So we know some of them, it's believed,
ended up there.
ended up in Switzerland.
That's interesting. I've always wondered about that. There's so many references to the Knights Templar and everything.
And some went to Scotland.
Okay.
We know that because there's Rosslyn Chapel in Scotland, which was a Templar chapel. And it's believed that the Knights Templar had the Cup of Christ and all sorts of other holy relics that they found in the Holy Land and brought back. And that's why they became super powerful, is because they had all these holy relics. And in Rosslyn Chapel, they believe that Templars made it to the United States.
Really?
Because in Rosslyn Chapel, they have carved in stone aloe plants and corn, which didn't exist in Europe at that time or in the Middle East.
Really?
Yeah. The only place it was found was in the United States and South America.
Huh. They reference a lot of the history of Knights Templar, but you never hear the definitive story of the Knights Templar.
No, there's a lot of information about it.
It's always like, well, I'm just saying, like in movies and pop culture,
Right. Well,
it's
see,
always like, oh, the Knights are guarding this, and then that's it.
Right. The Knights
know?
Templar were formed to protect people while they were taking their pilgrimages to the Middle East.
Oh.
That's why they were originally they were formed.
Right, right.
And then they fought during the Crusades, and they held parts of the where the Temple Mount is. They I believe it's Temple Mount. They were doing excavations underneath it.
Really?
And that's where they think they recovered all the holy items.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yes, sir.
That's a lot to take in.
That is a lot to take
This
in.
is
That's
a history lesson.
That's a history lesson.
That's
but
your whole history lesson
right,
for today.
For today. But that's why Friday the 13th is such a bad day. Because those 1800 Knight Templars got rounded up and they were tortured for years. And then they burned them at the stake.
Really? So
Yep.
that's where the unluckiness comes from.
Right. And they all refused to confess. Even while they're being burned to death, they refused to confess.
Good.
Yep.
Fuck those guys that burned them.
Yeah, exactly.
Fuck all of them.
Right.
Trying to get me to confess to some shit that ain't true.
Fuck yeah. What do you got for me?
Well, I mean, now it's not as cool as a Knight Templar. God.
What, you got some coal dust on the fiddle?
Hey, man, I told you, no personal stuff. Right?
Right. We're not talking about personal
Listen,
shit.
my guy.
Listen, my guy.
So speaking of Knights Templar, this is not what I had for you, but it's making me think of it. Did you watch the Russell Crowe Robin Hood movie? Have you seen that one yet?
I probably have.
Where Russell Crowe plays Robin the Hood.
Oh, I did not. Maybe.
That's a good one.
That's a good one.
You should check that out.
You want to hear another interesting thing?
Hmm.
So when Richard the Lionheart was fighting in the Crusades in the Middle East.
That's what I was about to bring up because I watched that movie.
So Richard the Lionheart, right,
Yeah.
gets wounded.
Okay.
And there's a story that they brought over a Muslim healer to treat him.
Okay.
Right? And the guy treats him. He's there for like 2-3 months treating him, taking care of him every day, right? And then he goes back. And then one day, Richard the Lionheart and the king of the Muslim army, right?
Okay.
Saladin, meet face to face.
Right.
It was his healer.
Get out of here.
Yep.
You think this is a true story?
I've read a lot about it, in a couple different sources. Here's something else that's interesting. When Saladin would capture knights,
Okay.
and they'd be brought before them, he would offer them ice
Why?
to show them how powerful he was.
Oh.
This dude had ice brought to him in the middle of the desert from the mountains.
Oh.
That dude had power, brah.
Right.
Power.
Hard flex.
That is a hard flex.
That's some Air Force One Nike limited edition shit.
That's some straight hard flex.
Right.
You're hot. Would you
Pineapple rich.
Right, pineapple rich.
Pineapple
Oh,
rich.
I like you.
That's
I can't
right.
believe you went back to that one. That's awesome.
That's right.
Oh, pineapple rich. If you don't know what that is, go find our
I
episode
can't
where we
fucking get
talk
that out of
about
my
it.
head because I swear to God, I've seen old pictures of those people, and I never understood. I thought it was a joke until you brought it up. That's
About why they
I-
had pineapples
Right.
in their paintings and
I'm
shit.
like, why is there fucking
Yeah, man.
pineapple paintings of pineapples?
Yeah, it was to
Right.
flex their wealth.
Right. Now we run around with stupid shoes that are sewn together by little kids to flex our wealth.
Right.
This is Welcome to America.
Welcome to America. Right. That's
Yeah.
horrible.
Yeah, but somehow, sadly, kind of true.
All right. So beyond the Robin Hood movie,
Okay.
what were you gonna?
Well, no, that's what I was going to
okay.
ask. Is because what happened to Richard Lionheart? Did he? See. The spoiler alert is now spoiler alert for everybody. I'm not going to talk about it because you haven't seen it, or don't know if you've seen it. That's why I was wondering about that movie, because he was over in that storyline. I don't know if they rewrote this. I'm going to ruin the first 10 minutes of the movie for you. But Richard the Lionheart dies in the movie while in his crusade.
I can't remember.
Right.
Can't remember.
And I don't remember either. So I was just thinking about that and about the whole knights thing. And then that brings me back to the caste system thing and makes me think of all that hodgepodge. But anyways, it was interesting because in the movie, they're running around, they're doing the crusade thing. There's a nighttime thing where the king sneaks in to hang out with the soldiers, right? He wants to go meet people. Ends up getting smacked by Russell Crowe, and then he brings Russell Crowe up and says, look, you're a super honest guy because you told me what happened and why I'm fucking here, and I got hit in the face because you're starting to fight. And he asks him if he thinks that that God will be happy with the crusade that they've done.
Oh.
Right. Which I thought was freaking insane.
Right. Well, that's a movie.
It is.
It's not real history.
But it isn't real history, but that's still a thought that would have had to have existed in that time, right? Like,
no, because they 100% believed in what they were doing.
You think every soldier in there was? Because I don't think so. Because he's asking the soldier, an archer, right?
Right.
Hey man, do you think this was legit? Makes you think. That's the whole point, is to make you think. At least you hope. I hope you're watching movies that make you think a little bit.
I don't know.
Right?
I'm going to have to see if I watch that because I can't remember.
Right.
I can't remember.
I'm gonna need you to check that one out.
Oh, I will do that. What else you got for me?
Off science fact, did you know that a cloud can weigh 1,000,000 pounds?
What?
Swear to God.
A cloud can weigh 1,000,000 pounds?
No, maybe it's not 1,000,000. Let me look this up. Hold on.
Yeah, you better fact check yourself.
I have it written down.
Or I'm going to turn you over to the Facebook fact checkers.
Says 1,000,000 pounds.
Where'd you find that?
I don't know. Some article I was reading about how clouds weigh a shit ton. Has to do with somehow basically all the water they're carrying.
Oh, okay. Collectively, if you were to put it in one.
Right. If you were able to contain the cloud in all of its substance.
It would be 1,000,000 pounds?
Right.
I guess I could see it. And some of the clouds are huge.
Right. And they were talking about how it's very deceptive because clouds are fluffy, quote unquote. We have this we have this idea of a cloud, right? That it's soft, fluffy, whatever. But the actual weight that a cloud can hold.
That's crazy.
Right.
That's super crazy. I had no idea.
That's right on the line of the whole, like, you could drive to fucking space in an hour
right.
or whatever. You're like, wait,
well,
what?
Listen, if the Earth is round, in theory, you should be able to build a road right out into space.
Right. Which would be crazy.
And we can't build a road to outer space, which lends me to believe that the Earth is flat.
Oh, here we go with this again. You can't.
Just saying. I'm just saying
that. So let's go with another space one.
Okay.
2018.
Yes.
Did you hear about a meteor that hit our atmosphere?
Meteors hit our atmosphere all the time.
Oh, all the time. This one allegedly had the same power of 10 atomic bombs going off.
What?
Right.
Where was this at?
That's the key. That's why our drunk friends at NASA didn't notice, because it dropped in a very unimportant area over. I gotta look this up. What the fuck was this? The Bering Sea.
Oh, so
that's why nobody cared.
Right, because
they didn't even
did it break up?
Yeah, I guess.
It must have broke up when it hit the atmosphere.
And they didn't even notice until it happened, until after. So if all of you out there are thinking that Armageddon's going to be okay because some dude with some leg crutches is figuring out with a bunch of fucking MIT guys how to blow meteors out of the sky, they're not.
Because they missed that.
Shit's just fucking blowing off and you wouldn't even know.
They missed that one, apparently.
Right. And the only reason it was near but not above any commercial flight lines. That's the only reason there's no plane records of anything going down or anything. I mean, how the fuck would you know? I didn't know in 2018.
Nobody. It wasn't on the news.
Right. That's the best part.
How did they fucking finally figure that shit out?
Science? MIT science.
MIT
super
science.
fancy guy barometers that check rain and how much coal you got on your fiddle. Right. But imagine us talking about that right now, because in 1999, they had a fucking full cinema movie that billions of people watched that were like, that had the whole nation sitting there going, do you think we could stop that meteor with a bomb if we drilled to the middle of it with Bruce Willis and whatever?
Dude, NASA just sent that thing up to try to push
Right.
asteroid out of its
It
orbit.
didn't do shit.
Oh, it didn't?
That's what I heard.
Oh.
I heard it didn't do anything.
They said they had to wait to calculate and see if it changed its trajectory.
The fuck? Yeah. Okay. So your experiment if your whole goal is to impact this, and then you have to wait to see if it changes.
You know, they have a whole group of people
division to this.
that their only job is to figure out how to knock asteroids out of their orbit or off.
They're
off
not
their
doing a
trajectory.
very good fucking job.
Right.
If we got shit blown. This one from 2018 is saying it literally had the fucking power of 10 times of what
Hiroshima was.
Yes, sir.
Wow.
Over the Bering Sea. They're like, oh, we're lucky. Like, think about it.
Right. Fuck yeah, we're lucky.
I would have hit Texas.
Oh, that
God
fucked
forbid.
some shit up.
Right.
You're
You're going to have something way worse than alligators in your fucking
right.
kitchen.
Well, it's like, and you know, and maybe in the great scheme of things, that wasn't all that big, because there was that meteor that hit where the Gulf of Mexico, right?
Right.
And it caused an extinction level event. Like
That's what I'm saying.
Caused tidal waves and threw up enough dirt into the
Right.
atmosphere that it blocked out the sun and all kinds of other crazy
That's
shit.
going to ruin some surfers' days. I'm just saying.
Fuck yeah. You imagine you're out catching waves out in the Gulf of Mexico and all of a sudden
just, what do you think happens? Like, okay, so you're sitting on your board. You just caught a wave. You're recovering. You're not paddling out. You're just chilling, enjoying.
Right.
And all of a sudden, at 1 p.m, the fucking sky gets black.
Oh.
How do you think you'd feel about that?
I'd be a little freaked out. You want to talk about meteors? Here's a good one. I was just talking about this last night with somebody. Sodom and Gomorrah was destroyed by a firestorm, right?
Is that true?
In the Bible.
In the
right?
Bible.
The Bible
Okay.
says Sodom and Gomorrah were destroyed by fire.
Brimstone and all this other stuff.
You know what it was?
What?
A fucking meteorite.
Is that true?
True ass story. So they found in ancient Samaria, they found this clay disc, because that's how they would write on these discs.
Okay.
And they had great astronomers. And they had these astronomers that tracked a meteorite flying through the sky.
Okay.
So they put it into a computer simulator in the computer for the date and time, right? They set up the sky the way it was that night, right? And they set up an asteroid coming across the sky just like they described. And it flew across their horizon, and it ended up over Sodom and Gomorrah and exploded.
Oh.
And burnt Sodom and Gomorrah to the ground.
And then we just attribute it to God.
Yep.
We're
Well,
like,
that's
hey, you know what? God shit on you because you're a bad person.
Yeah, you're bad people.
Oh, my. Think they had a lot of gambling there?
A
A lot of coal on the fiddle?
A lot of coal on the fiddle there. God punished them.
Oh, my.
So
We should
yeah.
send Steven to check it out. We're going to need you to confirm
Sensei
this.
Steven.
Yes.
How's he going to go back in time and confirm that?
I don't know. He's Steven.
You got to build a. You got to
He'll
build
just sit on his chair with his arms crossed and things will happen.
Oh, he'll meditate on it.
Oh, boy.
Transport himself back to this time with Sodom and Gomorrah.
Oh, boy. That's fucking horrible.
So here's a question.
All I'm saying is NASA really was just getting drunk. That's why they missed this meteor. Fucking fucks.
It's possible.
Just
How do you
sitting
miss
around.
a meteor that fucking big?
Right. They're like, oh, it went over the Bering Sea, so we didn't care. Is that what it is?
Or did you just miss that shit? What if it had caused tidal waves?
If this is... That's what I'm wondering. Or made a Godzilla.
Or made a Godzilla?
So this is what I'm always...
Godzilla lives on Monster Island.
Right.
Where is Monster Island? It must be close to fucking
Close
Japan.
to Japan, because
that motherfucker
that area up.
Dude, that dude just keeps going
Right.
over to Japan and
Right.
whipping their ass.
So here's my thing. This drunk cult that we call NASA, do they have enough people to monitor the entire sky?
Well,
I mean,
dude, it's
do
not
they?
even them. You
The
have all these
computers,
Listen, they have
gyros.
You've got astronomers all over the world who are watching the sky every night.
Right,
How come nobody caught this? Or did they were like, it's not that bad. Don't worry about
right. It's going to go over the Bering Sea. We're good.
it. Yeah.
Don't worry about those shrimp.
Right.
We don't need to worry about them.
We don't need to worry about all those fish.
How would you, and with that kind of power, maybe that's causing global warming. Ooh, just
are we going to breach that subject? Are we going to breach that subject?
I don't know.
No.
I turn off my fans every night to make sure I'm not global warming anything.
But you know what'll stop global warming?
Big fans.
Just the giant fans.
The giant fans we got
cool
going
the
on.
earth. To cool the earth down.
Shout out to my guy who thought that made me feel better.
Yeah.
Me and him are gonna live with our snorkel.
Right.
We're gonna be fine.
For your snorkel.
We're going
for your
underwater
car.
with our car snorkel. And we'll be good. It's crazy to me that, 80 what?
So here's my thing. If you
40,
build an undersea
80,
society,
uh-huh.
Live underwater in a giant
snorkel,
dome,
right?
Are you affected really by global warming?
Oh God.
I'm just saying.
Right.
I'm just saying. I mean, didn't they have that in the movie G.I. Joe movie? Didn't Cobra have that big giant underwater city?
Did he?
I think they did.
I never watched those. Are you talking about with Tatum?
Yeah.
No.
I think it wasn't one of them. I don't know.
I don't know. I don't want anything to do with underwater cities. If God wanted me to be underwater, he'd have given me gills.
That's a fair assessment. That's a fair assessment.
Yeah.
Hey, by the way, do you drink out of like aluminum cans?
Not particularly. I will if we're at a party or something.
Right. You're at a party, you drink out of an aluminum can.
Better than taking something open from somebody, yeah.
Do you ever wash it before you drink out of it?
I didn't used to, but I try to now.
Why do you wash the can before you drink out of it?
Just shit on top of that, people touching it, rats shitting on it, everything.
Yeah, that's what I was getting at.
There's so many rodents on all those cans.
Dude, all those cans are covered in rat piss.
Right.
All of them.
Right.
Because rats are all up in those warehouses just running all over the tops of those cans and pissing all over
looking for one to burst so they can get their sugar fix.
Yeah, duh.
I mean,
if always wash the top of a can before you drink.
If we're going to talk about that, I mean, then you can talk about how is it the FDA or that allows so much of bugs and rodents.
Right. Here's one for you. You ever see parents that let their kids have pet roaches?
Oh no.
Oh, you've never seen those videos?
No, but I mean, one or two, but
yeah, like kids got pet roaches and they're playing with the roaches. Roaches are crawling all over them. You know what happens to them?
They're getting pooed and peed on.
Yeah, and they develop allergies to roaches.
Ugh.
Right? And as adults, they'll never be able to drink coffee.
Why?
Because there's so many ground up roaches in coffee.
What?
Yeah.
Is that true?
And it give them anaphylaxis and make their throats swell shut. Yeah, so for all you coffee drinkers out there,
enjoy your morning coffee.
Enjoy that morning coffee full of roach bodies.
At this rate, there's really nothing you can get that you're not escaping.
It's contaminated.
Right.
All of it is.
The bigger it gets, the more easier it gets. There was a story that I saw with a girl who said she opened a thing of oatmeal and it was just filled with maggots. And when she called, they were like, well, we get a small percentage of that. So there you go.
Oh, they didn't even send her no coupons for nothing? They're like, sucks to be you.
They didn't give a fuck.
When you're Quaker State, go fuck yourself.
Right. When you're selling 600 tons of oats to the American people, do you really care if one dude's oats are shitty?
No, but you would think their customer service would do something.
No. Their excuse was we're allotted so much room for bodies, fecal matter, and whatever the fuck else we want to put in there. Imagine opening your oat package and finding a finger. That's what I wonder about. Because those stories are true. There's tons of factory stories where they're like, oh, I work on the line for Snickers, and somebody lost their finger, and we couldn't find the finger on the belt. And before they called the emergency stop, the belt was going for fucking 20 more minutes. So, that goody
There's a finger in a Snickers bar somewhere.
Yeah, that crunchy, nougaty fucking center.
Oh, ooh. Yeah. Yum. Did you ever read that story in school called The Jungle, and it was about a meat packing factory in like the 20s?
No. Where's this going? Humans?
No, they were just grinding up.
First...
They were making sausages.
That's my first thought is every time meat factory,
humans. The sausage was like getting sawdust and rats and all kinds of other shit packed into the sausages.
I bet it was good though. I bet it was good.
Sawdust sausages are not fucking good.
You never know.
I don't give a fuck. Dude, how could that possibly be good?
Wait. When back a few months ago when we were on the big food thing and the anal beavers.
Oh, yeah.
Quite a
while
while ago,
castorium,
actually.
With the castorium, yeah.
Right.
All that
What was that-
flavoring that comes from a
Hold
beaver's
on.
ass.
What was that fucking food that somebody was like, oh, if you're eating this, it's pure sawdust? Who the fuck somebody told us something like that? And they were like, hey, do you eat this certain product? And I was like, yeah, I guess. And they're like, well, that's 80% sawdust. So you're just eating sawdust mixed in with a little bit of this and you think it's food. And I was like,
Who said that?
the fuck said that? I don't know. It was one of our listeners.
Really?
I can't
They must have
remember.
just sent that to you privately because you didn't read that to me.
Yeah, I can't remember what it is. Sawdust.
Dude, Tyler, why are you always holding out on me?
I'm not. Just I'm a filter, Joe Skelly. I got to protect you. I got to protect your mind.
You're protecting my mind.
Right. I'm like I'm the fat security guard at the door who doesn't let you through if you're not good looking enough.
Ah,
That's how the facts are, right?
yeah.
So sawdust food. See, the food wasn't important enough that I can't even remember. So obviously,
It made a huge impact in your life.
right.
You're like, I just keep eating
We're
it anyway.
good.
I just keep eating that
I'm
shit.
gonna eat the shit out of it. I like.
Who's gonna protect the public at large from our bath bombs?
Listen. Oh, brother. Then I just shake my head because I can't protect you from that. The one thing I couldn't protect Joe Skelly from was himself.
That's right. Nobody can protect me
right.
from me.
That's right.
Oh, that is a fact.
That is a weird one. That's really gonna make me fucking crazy with the sawdust thing now. The fuck was it? Was it beef jerky? No.
Beef jerky is not sawdust.
Beef jerky's full of zombie deer.
Zombie deer meat.
That's what I'm thinking about now.
Oh,
Dude, all the shit we've talked about, how could you talk about or eat anything anymore? Like I can't even open a package.
We're just fucking everybody up. Here's one for you.
Hmm.
Growing up, what's your favorite candy?
Oh man,
It's got to be Sour Patch.
It's pretty close, yeah. If we're talking about non-chocolates, then yeah.
Chocolate candy. What's your
Chocolate
favorite
candy is going to be Reese's or
Okay, Reese's.
yeah, Reese's
All right.
or Snickers.
In the movie E.T., what were they eating?
Reese's Pieces.
Okay, so here's the question. Do you call them Reese's Pieces or Reese's Pieces?
Reese's Pieces.
Bullshit. My whole fucking life I've been calling them Reese's Pieces.
Reese's Pieces?
Yeah.
What's a Pieces?
I fucking have no idea, bro.
Pieces. I don't know
I
what
couldn't
that
figure
is.
out why they was called that.
I thought on the package it says pieces, like Piecees.
Yeah, but
Does it?
I get it does.
I'm not
I
even
think,
sure
I think
anymore.
I've been saying it wrong my whole life, and
Reese's
I
Pieces.
can't. I'm
Well,
never changing.
You know
I'm
what it
never
is?
changing.
It's because you say soda, so you're weird.
I say pop.
You don't say soda.
I don't say that word.
Even though soda comes before the word pop.
I don't say that word.
Soda,
It's pop.
pop.
It's pop.
It doesn't even pop. It's sodas.
And no, it's you're not gonna get me. You're not gonna get me. You're fucking not gonna get me. It's fucking pop and it's Reese's Pieces.
I'm trying.
My whole life, that's
I'm
a.
trying.
You know how many people say Reese's Pieces?
It literally says pieces right on it.
I don't
Reese's
give a fuck what it
Pieces.
says on the package. Listen, if you're a listener and you've been saying Reese's Pieces your whole life, email the show. We're gonna prove to Tyler he's wrong.
You know what the issue is here? It's all these fucking wannabe, just savant fucking corn eaters that eat it like a turntable instead of eating it across like a typewriter. They're all fucked in the brain.
Oh, you know what? Are you seriously
And there
going
it
back
went.
to how you eat your corn again?
It went.
Fuck you. You
Typewriter
turn it.
or death.
You don't eat corn like a
Nobody
typewriter.
turns it.
No, you turn it
It's
and
not
eat
a
it.
goddamn dreidel. You're not turning it and making it spin. What do you think this is? The fucking, what's that movie called? The Hellraiser box? You got to turn it. You're not turning it, trying to let the devil out. Yeah, typewriter that shit.
No way.
Left to
No.
right. Like
No
the way.
way.
And you know why you do it left to right? Because
What?
you read that way. Left to right.
No, you
Left.
don't.
Yes, you do.
Yes, you do.
Yeah. No more
I'm
drinking
si-
in the
listen,
studio.
listen,
No
I
more
was-
drinking in the studio.
My
So-
mind went back to reading Japanese and it's
Right.
right to left.
So
There you go.
that's why you say pieces.
And it's top down,
Ah,
right
see?
to left.
See? Typewriter.
That's why in Japan all those MAGA books are backwards.
Oh, brother, don't get me started. I don't even want to get started on that entire subject. This is just all. That's a weird. No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I told somebody one time that I like studying Japanese history, and they said, "So you're a weeaboo."
A weeaboo.
I guess that's a term for anime people.
Okay.
Yeah. And I was like, "What the fuck is that?" And the guy was like, "You know, you like anime." And I was like, "Bro, I said Japanese history.
I didn't say anything about anime.
I didn't say anything about cartoons. I didn't say anything about comic books. I didn't say anything about tentacle porn. I said
I knew you were going to go there.
history.
I didn't say shit about tentacle porn, so stop calling me a weeaboo.
He was like, and he started listing off all these anime cartoons. He's like, you seen this cartoon? And I'm like, no, dog, that doesn't have anything to do with any of feudal Japan. I don't know when anime started, but I don't think it was when the samurai were running around chopping motherfuckers up.
That had nothing to do with that.
Right.
Nothing to do with that.
But that was a real question, though. Like, oh, you're a weeaboo. I'm like...
That's a statement. It's not a question.
Right. Oh, that's a good point. That's a good point. See, I was so fucked up.
So is that like the anime version of a furry?
I think so.
You're a weeaboo.
I think so.
No, I'm not a weeaboo. I don't even know what that means.
I was talking to this girl the other night. I was like, what are you doing? She goes, I'm listening to this thing about furries. And I said, well, how much is there? They dress up like animals. I mean, they think it's Halloween 365 days a year. What are you reading about? Well, the culture.
How much is there to the culture?
Well, we call them LARPers.
Right.
Live action roleplay.
Right. What about those people that think they're My Little Ponies?
Bronies?
Yeah, the bronies.
The bronies. Oh, excuse me. The bronies.
That's the same thing, right? If you were a My Little Pony, who would you be?
Oh, what the fuck did you just ask me? I don't. The fuck?
Dude, I
will talk about all kinds of shit. I will talk about fucked up personal shit all day. But that's not a thing. That's not a thing what you just asked. I can barely think of my spirit animal. The fuck I'm gonna think of a My Little Pony thing. That's not happening.
Oh, I just stumped you. Just stopped you right in your goddamn tracks.
Nope. I'll pass on that grass. Did you know? Speaking of ponies and things I don't want to talk about anymore. Did you know that bumblebees have flown higher than Everest?
No way.
Bro, I know. I knew you'd like that one.
No way.
Yep.
How do they know that?
Researchers have studying bees.
They're in hot air balloons.
Followed them.
It's like 35,000. How do they follow a bumblebee?
So they said that the bumblebee they've seen bees up to 29,500 feet, which basically rounds out to about 900 meters, which is the top of Everest is what? I know damn it, we don't have this off the top of our head. I thought it was something you'd know.
It's like...
I can't remember. Either way...
8,000?
Yeah, they're saying 8,000 meters?
It's over 8,000 meters.
Okay, so yeah, they're saying that bumblebees have gone higher than 9,000 meters.
Get out of here. That's insane.
I would have thought they would have
How do they deal with the
froze.
cold?
Right.
That's
what I was wondering. I don't know. Maybe
wild.
There's some big-ass fucking bees. What about those bees in the scary honey?
Oh, you're talking about the mad honey.
Maybe same kind of bee would be kind of structurally geared for that kind of life.
Oh, well, because it comes from that region of the world.
Does it?
Yeah, that's where that honey comes from.
Right. So maybe same one. Imagine if that's your whole life. Let's just take a sideways note. Imagine you're like 40, 45 years old, right? And you're out on a date and some broad's like, what do you do? And you're like, I'm a researcher. Right? And then she's like, well, have you done anything that I would have heard of? And you say, no, but I did discover with my partner that bees go higher than Mount Everest. That's like your whole tagline right there in a box. You go to school for fucking 12 years for that.
It does. It's like the same guy who went to school for 12 years to see if Japanese quail are more promiscuous on cocaine.
Right. Imagine that's your life. Like I don't have anything that cool to say either, and I get it, but just that whole one-off thing, right? After it already happens.
First of all, where would a Japanese quail come get cocaine in the wild?
Right. In the wild, right. Hey, look what we found. This was processed. Well, we do have those fishermen that are constantly getting them in the wild, but like, it falls off the back of a truck and the animals just come to it all day. And all the animals in the area are high speed tweaking. You step into the part of the
read about that bear that
got into the cocaine,
ate like a kilo or something.
Jesus Christ! I think they shot that one.
Yeah, they said that thing raged for however long till its heart blew up and he died.
Oh, that's sad.
It is sad.
That's sad. But imagine, why, what? Just imagine that's your, okay, fine, let's switch to that guy. You're having a dinner date. The broad's like, what do you do? I'm a researcher. What have you researched? Would I have heard of any of it? Well, we just finished a 12-year study on whether or not Toucan Sam will fuck on cocaine. Well, how did you do that? Well, my partner Hector would hold the toucan down, and then I would drip LSD into his eyes. That's like some fucked up shit.
It's some fucked up shit.
We're always joking about these weird tests and everything else. Nobody wants to, and I hate to point this out, but nobody wants to talk about the horrible medical things they have to do prior to figuring the solution out.
Right.
That is where the real world exists.
Pretty much.
And again, with that guy, well, for the last 12 years, I've been pumping toucan full of LSD and seeing if he'll fucking eat grapes at the same time. What?
Dude, why would, again,
what's the point of this test?
Listen, somebody's friend had a lab somewhere, right? He was like, hey, I need a project and I need some money. Get this pushed through the Senate, right? And they got it. And they got how many millions of dollars? Think about it.
Government funding.
How much government funding went into that study to find out whether or not these Japanese quail bang more if they're on cocaine? Listen, you don't need to study them. Just go to New York and go to a party.
Right.
Study all those people bumping rails and banging.
Right. In their fucking buffalo parties or pool parties or whatever the fuck they're called.
Buffalo parties.
What was that hairy buffalo thing in the tub that guy made?
Yeah, that's hairy buffalo.
Yeah.
That nasty thing where that guy filled his tub with all that shit. Who's cleaning that fucking mess up?
Who's cleaning it? Boy, it wasn't clean before. Boy was soaking his balls an hour before the party started.
But again, listen, dude, why would you want...
What if somebody
has to use the shitter?
Right.
And you do you
want like, hey, get your drink. Homeboy just finished.
Right. And all those poop particles are flying around the bathroom, landing in the tub.
Come on, bro. That dude pees down his drain every time he showers too. Y'all are drinking this shit now. Get the fuck out of here.
Dude, it's like, it's another.
Listen, I don't care where you go.
Bear Grill.
Right. I don't care where you go to eat or where you go to party. Your party is only as clean as the staff. And those staff are still getting paid $12 an hour.
Yeah, this is a fact.
I used to know a guy who was when I was a line cook, who used to chew while he was grilling, and he would keep his grill cup, his chew cup, his spit cup was above the grill, above the heat, in a fucking styrofoam cup. And I'm just like, bro,
that's not good.
The only worst thing you could have done was got one of those Dixie fucking wax cups. And you got it above the grill. Like, my guy, it's hot as fuck over here. I'm waiting for this to melt or you to drop it when you go to put it above the fucking grill.
All over the food.
And it just goes everywhere.
All over the food.
Yeah. Kitchen people are not cool.
No.
And it's crazy because the Mega Beast has worked there too in a kitchen before, and she still wants to go out to dinner all the time. And I'm just like, why?
Do you know what happens in a kitchen?
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Old boy was like, I dropped that steak on the floor. Don't worry, it's for the tattoo face guy. He's probably had worse. Put it on the plate. Come on.
I at one point in time, I worked in the kitchen.
Yep.
And the waitresses would come in and be like, table 12's a bunch of fucking assholes. And the cooks would be like, I'll take care of it.
Snap on the ground.
A little spit on your food.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, don't ever piss off the wait staff at a restaurant because your food will get jacked up.
I never send my food back.
They send it out wrong. Ever send it back.
They send it out wrong. I'm like, okay, I'll eat it.
Yeah, no, don't ever send it back.
Yep.
Because they're in the back doing all kinds of terrible stuff to your food when you send it back.
Right. I ordered something the other day and was allergic to it and had to order a second plate. They were like, send it back. I'm like, the fuck I will. Give me a brand new plate. I'll pay for both.
Yeah.
The fuck I will. I'll just pay for two. I'll take this home, feed it to the dog. You're not getting me, bro.
I'm not sending that shit back.
Imagine that, right? Hey, guy, you know what happened? And I imagine this, and I hate to say it, it's horrible, but I imagine him going back, hey, the guy said he's allergic. He's probably not really allergic. Just scrape that shit off the plate and then put it on a new plate, and then you're fucking sick.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
Fuck that, dude.
Well, you send it back to the kitchen, guy's like, oh, yeah, he doesn't like my food, and then he's rubbing his crotch and touching your food. Oh.
Teabagging your fucking steak.
Oh, God, it's so gross. Oh. It is so terribly gross what happens in kitchens.
It's dangerous.
Yeah.
And then if they're playing the waiting game, it's even worse. Exposing themselves everywhere. You open a cooler, there's some dude with his balls sticking out and shit, and you're just like, what the fuck, man? You don't remember that game from the movie?
No.
Oh, yeah. It's an entire game geared around how you make your genitals look to somebody when they walk around the corner
Oh my god!
and then get kicked in your ass for it.
Ugh,
You don't remember that?
no.
So you had to stretch your balls, make it look like a bat wing.
No, dude, I am not familiar with this game at all.
He's like, no.
I am
It was
not
a
familiar
movie
with
game.
This. Okay.
But I worked in a kitchen when that movie dropped, and that game
Became a thing.
in real life.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's terrible.
So I'd walk around the corner, it'd be some dude with his leg hiked up and his balls sitting out. And I'm just like, dog.
Really?
Right.
Oh.
And I'm half Asian, so I can't even play that game. Right? I'm not even equipped with it.
Oh.
They're like, Tyler, why didn't you get anybody? I'm like, with what? With what? Give me your balls. My balls don't stretch like that. I don't have that. I'm Asian. It's not happening. You white guys are weird. I'm just saying. I don't know what they were doing, but I was like, we're all closer, but closer in a way that I don't want to be.
Right. You're like,
Right.
This is not how I wanted us to be friends.
And then on top of that, they get to kick you. If they get you, they get to kick you. So now you've seen some dude's balls, and then he gets to kick you in your ass.
That's dumb.
That was the whole game.
That's a dumb game.
Listen, I'd like to say that Joe Skelly is not partaking in dumb games, but I'm sure if we searched in the back somewhere, we'd end up with some dumb games. So we're not going to go down that rabbit hole.
We might.
But bees can fly higher than Mount Everest. How do you feel about that? I feel like it's not even that big of a feat anymore. Because you know what? Listen, I smashed the bee with my hand. That makes me more powerful than the bee. The bee goes up Everest. I'm more powerful than Everest. I don't need it. By proxy, I've shown
that you're more powerful than Everest.
The powerful bee ever. I don't need to go up there.
I got you.
And all that trash up there, I'm good.
I don't need all the bodies and
Daddy
the trash.
Elon.
Yeah.
Dude, I wonder how many bodies are up there.
There are quite a few bodies up there.
Wait, do you think there's a secret code name for weirdos that go up the mountain and bring a bone back with them?
No, I don't think anybody does that.
Bro, get the fuck out of here. Bullshit. Humans are fucking weird.
No, because they don't decompose.
Ah! Oh.
Because they're frozen solid.
Oh. Dude.
Right.
I didn't think about that. I forgot about that.
Yeah, they don't decompose.
24/7 freezer.
Yep.
Oh, hell no.
Right.
Even worse, you think they draw on them? Marker?
No.
Bro.
Dude, because look, here's the thing. You have to keep moving. They call that, up there, they call that the death zone.
Right.
Like if you don't keep, your body is consuming more oxygen. You're getting a tenth of the oxygen you're supposed to be getting.
Right.
And your body's consuming itself. And so you have a certain amount of time you got to get in and get the fuck out. Otherwise, you'll die up there.
Is it fucked up that anytime I look at a situation now, I just think of how the humans are fucking it up?
No.
That's all I think about.
No, I don't think that's fucked up. I think that's pretty normal.
Well, all the shit we talk about.
Oh, yeah.
How could it not be? Necro pants, hairy buffalo parties in some dude's poop tank.
Dude, you still won't let go of necro pants.
I will never let go of that shit.
And what's even better is when the Reaper threw it in your face.
God.
He was like, "Hey, man, look,
I
it's
thought
necro
you did
pants."
that I thought you set me up.
No.
I thought you set me up.
No,
I walked over. He goes, "Hey, man, look, they got necro pants in here." I'm like, why the fuck are you talking about that? We've exchanged 10 fucking words since I met you, my guy. I don't know you. Why are you talking to me about this? Like, how is that possible that you're trying to hit my button?
Dude,
I was like, I was standing there. I didn't say a fucking thing. I'm like, fucking Joe Skelly set me up. This motherfucker in here fucking going off. Motherfucker.
He got you. He hit that button and he smashed it.
He knew instantly. Hey, man, look, they got necro pants. I'm like, what? There's 50 fucking pictures in this display. You didn't pick one other fucking thing out? There's a Walmart fucking Chinese made fucking other thing over here.
Right, dude.
You want to talk about that?
No flash photography. You'll make the demon angry. Dude, the Reaper had me die when he was like, I don't think he's very good at magic. So we were like, why? He's like, the guy's got a demon trapped in the box in the corner of his museum, but he's still wearing a COVID mask. That was great.
That guy looked like he knows some shit about some weeaboo animes.
Yes.
That was my whole problem. I'm like, dog,
can't take you serious, homie.
Right. You look like you're about to go out back and put a cloak on. And then like hit on some bitch at the ice cream shop down the road. Which I'm down for, but I'm not sure the cloak is the right way to go.
Listen, I was at a gas station 2 weeks ago.
Oh, no. Was he there?
No.
He walked out. He's like, I haven't seen you back yet.
Right? No, it wasn't him.
Send your apprentice to let me know when you're coming.
The guy working the register was wearing what's that video game where you play the Assassin's Creed?
Assassin's Creed, yeah.
Dude, he was wearing like the shoulder thing with the hood.
The clerk. The clerk was.
Yes. The clerk at the gas station was wearing it, bro. It was like, and it wasn't like a long coat, you know. It was like from the middle of his back up to his shoulders.
Oh.
And then with the hood on it.
Oh.
And it had like the cross straps and the thing. And he had
You're joking.
I'm dead serious. It came down to here and it covered like half his hands. I'm like, what's up, Assassin's Creed?
Oh. He's like talking to you, but looking down while his hood is covering his eyes.
Yes,
you don't want any of this,
bro. He so did. It was
what kind of cigarettes do you need?
I totally forgot about that.
I'm gonna need you to do 2 backflips to acquire this mission item.
I totally forgot about it until we just started talking about this.
Oh my. Boy, Assassin's Creed is the most disappointing video game for me in my entire life. I waited 2 years for that game to come out. And then they were like, oh, you're going to run around in a cloak and stab people in a village. And I was like, that's dope. And then the first scene you load into that game, you're in a fucking computer or you're in a spaceship in the sky. I was like, this is fault. You fucked me so hard on the advertisement that I can't even get over this. Fuck it. We're going through your blood and your memories to actually, we've talked about this using genetics for memory.
Right.
You know, that's what they did. But then they're changing history with it too. And I'm like, no, fuck this game.
You're like, this game's the worst.
You guys went 2 fucking years and didn't show one thing of a fucking spaceship. I loaded in here to ride a horse and you put me in a spaceship in space. I don't want none of this garbage shit, hot trash garbage fucking game.
You were so fucking mad.
I'm still mad.
I can see.
They've made 10 more of these piece of shit games. We need you to take over you got some blood in you. I'm going to need you to hook up to this machine and go back to your uncle's when he was a pirate and kill all these people. What the fuck did you just say to me?
That game is
You had
wild.
some shit going for you. And that game, I don't remember exactly, so I don't want to misquote, but there is something about that game and the mechanics of how they built that game. That's what it was. So when that game was really popular and hitting new edge because it was supposed to be, you can grab any part of any of this game and climb it. You grab this girl's titties and climb on her shoulders if you want. You know, so they hype this game up. You're going to be doing parkour for days, right? And then you're in a spaceship.
And you're like, this is fucking whack.
No, fuck this shit.
This is whack.
I refuse. And I own all 10 of the games too.
Own them. I won't play them. I keep buying them though.
Right. They go on sale for $1.99 on Steam. I'm like, purchase. Archive never touched. Fuck you guys. This is my protest.
You still give them money.
Oh, I gave them $1 or $2 or $3, whatever. Every 3 years I try to open the game and try it.
Try a different one.
And then I never. No.
They don't all start off in a spaceship.
They all do, because how are they going to send you back through the memory of your ancestor without starting there?
I don't know.
Fuck that shit. They made like an Assassin's Creed Samurai, an Assassin's Creed Pirate, an Assassin's Creed Viking. They got every fucking
They got Assassin's Creed Egyptian.
Right. I need you to go back and pet this cat. And then grab some organs. Like, what the fuck? I hate that shit.
Oh God.
How's your entire thing? It's just that is an example of marketing.
Oh, for sure.
They're trying to trick you.
They market the shit out of that game, and then they made a fortune on it.
Fuck that game. 97 seconds.
Hey, write the show. Give us a rating on your favorite platform. Help us beat these algorithms that are trying to keep us down. Help us beat Joe Rogan. Write Pandora and ask them why the fuck they won't let us on there.
Oh.
Yeah, 97 seconds.